Danielle. Starring the Jagster. He's last but not least today to get his groom. She's Danielle's struggling a little here. Jag's got some pretty, wow, look at these burrs.
They're like piercing they're making my hands bleed.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Some pretty intense burrs on him. Again, this is from all the adventuring we do. When you go deep in the woods, this is what can happen. So it's important to get them out of them, and that's why we groom.
I can't even get it off my finger. It's like it's
Wow.
got pinchers.
Wow. These are really, really...
This one's really bad. Look at that.
Wow.
That's why I'm like, ouch, because it keeps on going into my finger.
Luckily, they're not hurting the dog because they're not on the skin. They can get on the skin
if you don't get them out.
If they're allowed to remain there.
But you maintain them so they're fine.
Yes, that's why we do all the grooms. Again, we do some of the dogs monthly, some of the dogs twice a month.
That's all he had.
And Jag is...
He only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
He had 7?
Normally, like, Princess had like 45.
7 birds. Princess had 45. How about Zorro?
I think he had 20.
Yeah, wow.
Princess
had the most. Wow.
Yeah, Princess had the most.
Zorro, I told the story this morning, he actually had one in between his paw pads. And I could tell because I could tell he was walking funny. And I knew exactly what it was because I've seen it happen before. So that was some work. Danielle wasn't here. I did that myself. You have to be able to do them yourself because they can happen in the field, and it can, all of a sudden, if it gets into a pad or something, it'll bother the dog, so you got to get it out immediately. Danielle's just removing Jag's AKC link collar. I think I told you about them. They're kind of like Fitbits for dogs, and they also GPS track the dog.
Did you take another collar out? Oh, no, Prince is the only one. Okay.
It's getting late.
Yeah, I caught myself.
So Jag's getting ready to get his nails filed down, essentially. They're pretty much filed down from all the activity we do. They stay relatively short.
Take long,
but so that she just rounds them off to make them so they wouldn't cut them. Yeah, to keep them as short as possible. And she does the dew claw because that, of course, doesn't get done automatically.
So even though I'm just minorly doing it, you can still see the difference in between the two nails.
You can, yep. I got a good close-up of that. Actually, let me get a little bit closer. Yep, got it. That's the difference between the nail that's been done and the nail that hasn't been done. And all this is very important for these dogs, especially, I can't stress to you enough, because I adventure and they have to be we adventure a lot and they have to be in tip-top shape. But it's important, especially, you can see Jag's coat. Now you can really tell on him, he's a long-haired, what they call a woolly husky, double-coated long-haired dog. By the way, giving a shout out to Cheryl if you're out there. I know you're always tuning in, and I truly appreciate it. We had some questions earlier. I hope the people that emailed me or messaged me through Facebook were able to hear their answers. The answers, someone asked about the kind of shampoo we use, and we showed the label of the bottle and told the brand. What's it called again? Nature Specialties. And there's a face blend that's made for their face.
Poppin' Blueberry.
What's it called?
Poppin', P-A-W-P-I-N, Blueberry.
Poppin' Blueberry.
It is kind of a cute play on words.
Poppin', P-A-W-P-I-N. And there's a mix for the whole body. For the extreme husky, extreme dog. Danielle likes that shampoo. It seems to work well on my dogs. Do you use it on all dogs, the same one?
Depends on the type of dog.
Okay.
I wouldn't use that on an overly dry dog.
Okay.
Because it doesn't strip the coat, but it is a really deep
cleaner.
Kind of, yeah.
So she said it doesn't strip the coat, but she wouldn't use it on a dog that's overly dry. I mentioned earlier in the day how I'm trying to kill myself. Give my dog salmon oil. I supplement their meal with it. I usually put it on top of their food because that really helps keep moisture in their coat.
It's like too bad she failed.
Groomer said she almost killed herself, and Jag's like, too bad she didn't. She failed. I wouldn't have to get in the bathtub. That's where he's headed next. So Jag's about 9 years old, and he's part of what I call my wolf pack, WOOF pack. He is all husky, and he goes on all the adventures we do, from running on the bike to free ranging to something called lure coursing. He's part of it all. If you haven't, again, you can look me up, Wolf Driver, WOOF Driver, and you can Google that and you'll get lots of stuff back. It's all about adventuring with my dogs and giving these huskies the best life I can and sharing it with everybody, so maybe I can inspire some, or people can learn from what I do, and some people, maybe we can collaborate together. I'm a husky dog lover. You laughing, Danielle? Danielle's a little slap happy here because she's been going at it. What time did you get here this morning?
I got here late because of traffic and the accident, so I got here about 8:30.
About 8:30. So we're on the East Coast of the United States in Maryland, and right now, if I pull out my
It's like
trusty clock, 5:33.
Oh my God, is it?
Yep. So it's 5:33 right
I gotta
now.
go pack.
She's going away tomorrow to Vienna, Austria.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been there before. It's really cool. I got a friend over there. I know. I should tell you his
Hey,
name.
just set us up.
Yeah.
They're bringing their children.
He's cool. He's cool. I think he's right in Vienna. I don't know. I have to find out. But Jag's getting ready to get in the bathtub.
Much to his dismay.
Much to his dismay, as Daniel says. So she picks him up. He's relatively lightweight. I know people were asking about weights of huskies. They can vary.
Depends on the structure of the dog.
Yes.
How long, how tall, how...
Yeah, people were trying to give averages. It's really hard to do because they can vary so much. I've had a husky as heavy as 95 pounds. What's the matter?
I'm just looking down here.
The water's there.
I'm so tired.
Danielle, she might even help bathe the Jagster here. So I had a husky as heavy as 95 pounds, and I have one as light right now, Chase, who's like sometimes goes down 45 pounds or so. Jag is not much heavier. Jag's a lot smaller. He's 50.
Yeah,
he's
feels
50
like he's a
pounds.
50 pounder.
Yeah. Chase is tall and lanky. He's actually tall for the breed. He's looks like more like a wolf actually because of his stature. He's tall and lanky,
Talks like one too.
and he talks like one, and he lopes out in the field. So this is the blueberry mix,
Yeah.
the paw pin by Nature's Specialties, and it's blueberry made for the face, made for the dog's face, and you can see Danielle rubs it in really well.
This doesn't hurt at all.
Doesn't hurt. Actually, he looks like he's enjoying it. He's cooperating really well.
Yeah, I don't have to force this.
What's that?
I don't have to force this.
No, this is enjoyable.
He enjoys making a mess on my floor.
Good boy, Jag. Good boy. Wherever I can, I praise the dog. Because this is stressful for them. He's more comfortable now once he gets into the groom, but they're always nervous about it. Yeah, the size of his head to his body.
Head to body ratio.
Well, that's because it's wet, of course. If we wet the whole body.
Okay. This party started Saturday.
Okay, now you're going to leave that on his face?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's going to leave that on his face.
Let that soak in.
Let it soak in. And we talked about this before. She puts the shampoo on dry because it's a waste of water to try to wet them down and then put the shampoo on. Remember, Husky's got something they consider a waterproof coat. It's really hard to get them wet. And when you're in a grooming van, you don't want to waste water. She could tap into my water anytime. She does that sometimes, but it's just a waste of water to try to get them wet.
It's also a waste of product when they're not all the way wet.
Right.
You know, when you're sitting there, you're trying, you don't have, so you wet it, you think you've got them wet, and then you go to put the shampoo